Golly, it's windy. Hopefully you can see some tractor action over my shoulder for the Friday roundup from Agri-TechE. Now I've got some stuff to tell you about us, and then I've got a couple of industry updates to give you at the end, so stay tuned. So Tuesday I went off to Reading University, so thank you Alice and the team, everybody who came to meet me and to talk to me about this wonderful multidisciplinary program indeed, that's underway, Agri-Food Futures, which is the vision, it's the strategy for Reading University to bring together its farms, its research, its teaching around this very ambitious multidisciplinary systems program to really look at bringing together sustainable land use, crop management, livestock handling and management and health. And this is the clever bit, the consumer piece as well. So real farm to fork stuff. They have some sensory booths, sensory science going on, consumer perception. So this is what everybody's been talking about, joining up the agri-food system, and the Agri-Food Futures project is the way that Reading is going to be doing this, a national capability. So it was really inspiring to hear about all that. We had the first in our micro-learning series on Wednesday. Now this is short and sweet, half-hour overviews delivered by experts. The first series we're doing is around intellectual property in agri-tech. So we were talking about how you handle IP in this world of artificial intelligence. So some very interesting and insightful discussions about how you can protect, what you can protect, where the liability lies, how you understand what the training data was, and what happens if something goes wrong. Now, interestingly, it felt almost like the regulators are sort of building the plane as they're flying it, because there's still a lot of questions that they're trying to untangle and answer while everybody's asking them these questions about, where are liabilities. So really interesting. Simon and Ed, thank you so much for sharing your expertise. We also had a Farmer First Innovation Group. Remember, this is our program where we bring together farmers and agronomists with tech developers and researchers around a particular topic. The topic this week was around traceability. So thank you to YAGRO and Livefarmer, our members who were talking to the farmers. Really, it's lovely to see that kind of circle closed between those who are developing the innovation, those who are using it, and making sure that the two are aligned. We had a newsletter pop out, so I hope you've enjoyed reading that. Sign up via the website if you'd like to receive it and you don't already. And did you see us on the BBC? Well, we weren't actually on the BBC, but two of our members were. So Messium, who you remember uses hyperspectral satellite technology to give guidance and insights around levels of nitrogen application in wheat, and Louise Penn, who is one of the Agri-TechE ambassadors. She farms in Northampton, and Messium went out to talk to Louise and to showcase the technology, and the BBC were there to film it. So they were on the BBC News, we got a mention, and then it appeared on the BBC website as well. So check it out. They are, and we're mentioned as well with a link to our website, so that was very nice. Okay, golly, it's windy. So two pieces of industry update news. The AgriScale programme. Do you remember that the Farming Minister announced at the World Agri-Tech Summit in September a pilot programme called AgriScale to help companies scale, recognising that there is this real pinch point as these companies are growing to get them to the next point for commercial validation. So that pilot obviously went well, because two calls to the combined value of 13 million was announced this week. I think it's 5 million for industrial research, and the remainder is for experimental development, 8 million for experimental development. So this is about growing and scaling agri-tech businesses. There's some webinars, some briefings coming out. The competition, I think, is, if it's not open already, it will be opening soon. So great news. And then finally, last week at the World Agri-Tech Summit in San Francisco, did you see the world famous and hotly anticipated AgFunder report came out? This is the bellwether summary of agri-tech, agri-food tech investing across the world. And spoiler alert, the investment globally was kind of flat as compared with the year before, which I suppose at least it hasn't gone down, it hasn't gone up, but it stayed flat. And investment into the UK went up 2% on the year before. Lots of other nuggets in there. There's a blog about this on the website and a link to the report itself. So Africa, big increase in investment in Africa, and also an increase in companies that are receiving investment for the first time. So that was interesting to see. And I've just seen there's some deer. I don't know if I spin around. Can you see them? Can you see the deer? There they are. Anyway, right. Okay. On that note, nature spotting. I will leave it there. Have a great weekend.
Thanks for joining us for this week's Agri-Tech update. Subscribe, share and stay connected. And don't forget to sign up for our newsletter to get the latest innovations straight into your inbox. See you next week.